Okay, so in the first video, as we looked at, we now know that formulas are used to perform calculations on only two cell values. So, for example, if I've got 2 here and I've got 10 here, we know if I want to multiply 2 by 10, the answer is going to be 20 in there. But I want to use a formula to do this. And remember, it's only for two values. That's why I'm using a simple formula. So, I would say equals this, click on the cell value, multiply, so I use the asterisk, which is the multiplication operator, and then I click on the other cell that I want to multiply it by. When I press enter, hey presto, it tells me the answer is 20. Now remember, the main reason that we do use formulas and functions is that although we could do this in our head very quickly, if this number was to change to 4, and I click away, tells me 4 times 10. So it tells me the total and recalculates it for me. That's just one of the benefits of using formulas. But back onto functions. So I want to work out the sum or the total money raised. Now, functions are different to formulas. They're usually used on a group of numbers, which we call a range of numbers. Just like this. This is a range of numbers, or a group of numbers. I need to add these numbers up together to find the sum of the numbers when they're added together. So I'm going to use a sum function. Now let's have a look at the way we set up a sum function. So I've put a title there so that in the cell next to it I know exactly what this value in this cell is for. It's going to be for the total amount raised. So first of all, just like a formula, we need to use an equal symbol to let Excel know that I am going to be doing a formula or function. So now I need to tell it what I want it to do. So I use the word to tell it what I want it to do, and that's to find the sum. The sum of the numbers that I'm going to tell it to add up together. Now what I need to do, I need to tell it which numbers or which cell values I want it to add together. So I open the brackets and I literally click and drag down over all of the numbers in the range that I want it to find the total of, or the sum of. And of course, if I've opened the brackets, I need to close them. Now when I press enter, look at that, it adds it up for me, and it adds it up perfectly and accurately. And remember, it's done this so much quicker than I could do it in my head. I've taken this quite slowly for the video, but if you see, if I type it in equal sum, open brackets, highlight the numbers, close the brackets, look how quick that was. And I know that Excel has done that perfectly and accurately. So I've shown you how to do that function. See if you can figure out how to do these functions. Okay, so the highest amount raised, the lowest amount raised, and the average amount raised. Now it's for the same group of numbers or range of numbers, that's B2 to B10, but I need to tell it something slightly different that I want it to do this time. Okay, so try and figure that one out for yourselves. Give it a go.